Welcome to day 2 of the Tic-Tac-Toe Inventor 3D modeling. So far on day 1, we've created the overall size of our shape. We've created the block. Today, we're going to start to focus on the features on the front of our block. Specifically on day 2, we're going to look at creating these two vertical grooves right here and here. First thing we should do is we should open up our part. We're going to come up to one of two places. You can either hit the quick open right here, or you can go to the Inventor eye and click on open. Very important, the first thing you have to change is the look-in folder. Our part is not going to be in our documents. It is not going to be in this folder that is last name, first name. It is located in our H drive, which is the first initial last name 000 or 001 with the gray symbol next to it. Inside of here, you should be able to scroll until you find your part. Should be TTT or tic-tac-toe. And right here, I can tell that that's what we did yesterday, and I'm going to click open. So we want to draw on the front of our part. To do that, we need to come up to Start 2D Sketch. In the 3D Model tab, we're going to Start 2D Sketch. But none of the planes pop up. When you click on Start 2D Sketch now, you have to tell Inventor where you want to sketch. We want to sketch on the front of our part. Once we have this, I like to click on Front right in the navigation cube so I can see my full part. Now we're going to start to draw some rectangles. If I look at my sheet, you're going to notice that this little skinny groove has a dimension that tells us how wide it is from this line to this line. And if I go up, you're going to see these two arrows pointing from one side to the other side, telling us that they are 0.15 inches wide. The groove, however, does not have an overall length. For this, we need to imagine this groove as acting like a knife to cut into our wood. It doesn't matter if the knife is longer than our piece of wood. It would matter, however, if it was short. So we're going to make our groove 0.15 inches wide and longer than our part. To do this, we're going to grab the 2-point rectangle. And we're going to start somewhere in no man's land up above our part, and we're going to click once to place one corner, and then start to bring our mouse down. Right away, it wants to know how wide should this groove be. Where it's highlighted blue, we can just type 0.15. Then if you hit the Tab key, which is located on the left side of your keyboard, about 3 keys down from the upper left, it's going to lock in 0.15 as the width, and now it wants to know how long should it be. This is the one time we're not actually going to put in a number. We're just going to take our mouse and move it down, 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 down until it's longer than our part. Once it's down in no man's land, we're going to click to place it. If you then hit the Escape key, which is in the upper left of your keyboard, ESC, it should drop your tool. So now we have a groove that is 0.15 inches wide and is longer than our part. Now, we can come here to this new tool called Dimension. We're going to have to figure out where should this groove be placed from left to right. And very quickly, if we look at our sheet, you're going to notice from the left side of our part to the left side of the groove has this convenient dimension that points from one side to the other, which is 1.06. That's how far it is from the edge. So with our dimension tool in hand, we're going to first click on the left side of our groove, and it turns blue. And then we're going to click on the left side of our part. And now you're going to notice a dimension that points between those two lines. This number, you're going to take this, you could literally put it anywhere you wanted, but a good practice is to put it between the two lines and off of your part. So now that number that we found on here was 1.06. That's what we're going to type into here. 1.06, enter. Perfect. We know how wide it is, we know it's longer than our part, and we know it's spaced correctly left to right. We are now done with this part, and we're going to come up to the green check mark and say Finish Sketch. Now we're going to use a tool called Extrude again. But you're going to notice when you click on Extrude, it is going to poke out of your part. Now, that's not exactly what we want. That is a typical extrude, but we're going to do a special type that's called a cut. So right here, this second button is called the cut tool. One thing you should verify is that the arrow is pointing in. If for some reason the arrow is pointing out, it is not going to cut anything for you. So just double check, look at the screen. If it's pointing out, just change it by clicking this direction too, so it goes back in. Now 1 inch is too far for us. That's not how far we want to go. So if we look at our sheet, we can't tell how deep the grooves are right here. But if we come to our right side view, the view that told us how deep our part was, you're also going to see another dimension that tells us how deep this groove goes in. And that is 0.19 inches in. So we're going to change it from 1 inch to 0.19. Once you've selected 0.19, you know it's cutting in, you can hit OK. And now we have our first groove. I'm going to show you how to do the other vertical groove, but I'm going to go a little faster this time. If you need to pause it, do what I'm doing, and then restart it, that's perfectly okay. So I'm going to start a new 2D sketch on the front. Going to the front view, I'm going to select the 2-point rectangle and start in no man's land and make it 0.15 inches wide, and then I hit the tab key to go to the height. I'm going to take my mouse and come down below my part and click to place it. Then I'm going to grab the dimension tool, and I'm going to dimension from the right side of my part to the right side of the groove. If for some reason that didn't work and this dimension didn't pop up like it was supposed to, you would hit the escape key on your keyboard and you try it again. Once you have the dimension, you're going to place it off your part in between the lines, and you're going to type in 1.06. Now that I have the correct width, the correct height, the correct spacing, I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to come to extrude. It is poking out of my part, so I'm going to change that up and tell it to cut into my part. I verify that it is pointing in. It is already luckily selected at 0.19 for the distance because we already did one. If not, you'd change this and you can go to OK. Now we have our 2 vertical grooves. To finish this off, we're going to save our part. Now saving at this point is very, very simple. Yesterday you created a part and you saved it to your H drive. It has a destination or a location to go to. So the only thing you have to do to save now is come up here and click the quick save icon. Doesn't look like much happened, but now it is saved. So that is the end of the day 2 Tic-Tac-Toe Inventor 3D modeling. I'll see you on the next video for day number 3. I hope this was helpful.